Your boy Shannon keep the combo on track, making sure. We at the corner store, vibe on high. Ryder, Micah, Edmund, now Kelly, Chris, and Shannon on the
Hey, what's happening, good people? We're back at the corner store with another podcast with the fellas from Glenville, Georgia. We also have some new things going on where we're updating the marketing, promotions, the music, if you can hear it. Let us know if you like it or not. But I'm going to bring the rest of my cast to the stage. Got the big bro himself, Slick King, and Big Gooch.
What it do, fam?
Well, Slick just dropped for a minute, but what's up, big bro?
That's that cricket line he got.
Man, yeah, that's that Li-Fi.
That's
that 47 Li-Fi. Yeah, you got reception, psych.
Right. You ain't put enough coins down.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. How you been, man?
Hey, man, we've been good, man. You know, family tight. We good. Working, just doing a little traveling with work, man. Had a couple of shoots, you know what I'm saying? Wrapped up one last week up in Texas and everything, you know, with the company, with Rooms to Go.
Man, that's good, bro.
Doing our thing, man, trying to promote, get more out. You know, I got a nice one coming up next week. I'm kind of psyched about it, you know.
Yeah, you are doing some work with Shaquille O'Neal, right? This is the real Shaquille O'Neal, right?
Real Shaquille, yeah, man. Not that one that we probably grew up with.
Not the T-move. Not the T-move. Right?
Yeah, nah, man. We got a shoot next week with Shaq, and I'm psyched up about it. He got a new line of furniture and stuff. He been with us for a little over a year, close to 2 years now, and he got some nice furniture, man. Nice size for big guys and everything. Design, colors. Once we do this shoot, and then our next podcast, I advertise a little bit, show a little bit, and you know, you guys are big guys to really look into it. You know what I'm saying? It's surround sound built in it, massage, LED light, cut warmers. You know what I'm saying? It's the coolers. Let me rephrase that. It's a really good set. I like that from Shaq.
Oh, man, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. And if you're just joining the show, this is the Corner Store podcast, where a group of guys from Glenville, Georgia, let you come in and check out our group chat, and we show it live with some of the conversations we have going back and forth throughout the week, all day, every day. Some are lively debates, discussions. Some of them knockdown, drag out to where we're going at it all night long to almost 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to turn my notifications off sometimes, man. But we bring him back to the stage, our big bro, Slick King, in the building. Hopefully he got his Li-Fi together.
We're gonna roll the dice on it.
Roll the dice on the Li-Fi. Man,
he out on his yacht, y'all. So you know.
Yeah, break 19.
Yacht. So
break 19 come through. Yeah, he's still underwater, bro.
Listen there.
Just keep working, bro. We're gonna get you.
Keep working on it. I'll bring you up. All right, man.
Where everybody else at? Y'all just ride on me when I don't show up.
I know, right? I think Luke is at work. Kelly usually has a chapter meeting on Thursday. And then Roderick's on vacation. That's why he's having the technical difficulties. And Edmund usually comes in a little late. He has stuff going on with the boys. But it's just me and you, dog.
Hey, we can do it. We can do it.
It's like we hitting those blocks on in 92 playing Ghetto Boys.
Riding around, man, that Brown Delta 88.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going from Glenville to Reedsville to Claxton and ending up in Statesboro, catching trouble.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Are we gonna try Roderick one more time to see if he's got his Li-Fi together? He put some minutes on it. So let's welcome him to the stage there. It's a little better, bro. Talk to us.
Is it good? If not, I'm gonna have to just watch the show tonight.
Nah, you
good. No,
good.
it's not a show without you, bro.
I got you, bro. I got you.
You sounding good though, sounding good. But man, before we jump into it, man, Micaiah Mitchell, they're one of your cousins. They started a breast cancer awareness initiative where they try to get as many women in the community in the Tappan County area, Glenville area, to get mammograms done based on the services that were being offered. And man, they hit their goal for the first time ever. So much so that the people are ready to come back and do it again. And she sent me a video. I'm gonna edit it up and put it out later, but I will play the original on the show for us.
Hi everyone, I am Micaiah Mitchell, family nurse practitioner, and I am coming to you to say thank you. Thank you to all those who made this event successful. The mobile mammogram event happened today, and guess what, y'all? We did it. We exceeded the minimum requirements. We had a great turnout, and I'm just so thankful for those who signed up, those who spread the word, whether it was word of mouth, social media. I'm just so thankful. And a special thanks to Shannon Howard for helping me spread the word via social media. And he edited my videos for me, and I could have not reached as many as people as I did if it wasn't for him. And I am saying thank you. Thank you to all those for patient referrals, Optum, Southern Medical Group, whoever referred their patients. Thank you. I am so grateful today. And guess what, guys? They will be back. So those that missed today's event, you have an opportunity to go to the future events this year. So be on the lookout for that. Once again, thank you.
Man, let's drop
Good
some
stuff.
hearts in the chat. If you're watching the show, good job with everybody signing up, getting that preventative
Good
care
stuff.
done. The best care is preventative care. The earlier you catch it, the better you can cure it or get treatment to try to cure it. But diving into the show, we may have a few stragglers coming on here shortly, but here are a few topics we're going to talk about tonight. And we're going to jump right into it. Slick, what in the world is going on in the world today, brother? Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. That Wi-Fi being late again, Slick. All right, we're going to see if he can come back here shortly. But Big Gooch, here are the topics for today. We're going to dive into martial law with 47. Yeah, Slick. The Wi-Fi gone, Slick.
Slick gonna go outside.
Yeah, you're gonna get the aluminum foil and put on it.
Okay.
Hey, it's still down, Slick. All right, we'll bring him back here in a second.
America want to know what the hell is going on, and you guys have to excuse my language because I'm kind of frustrated about it. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much going on with this stuff in California and everything, and other areas is moving to different states and everything now. Washington, they're having their issues and stuff going on. It's bad that we calling the military out on our own people. I'm not talking about the fight for the legals, but I thought it was freedom of speech. Why is it good for one side and not good for the other side? And it's just somebody like me who I let you guys do the politic talks, but now it's getting frustrated because it's
where the Wi-Fi box?
America.
Yeah, to me it comes down to humanity. I mean, yes, we want everyone to be documented, but more importantly, we need to create a better system and more efficiency for them to become documented. The process is jacked up, and then people have had chances to address the process for years, but it looks like they use it as a political ploy to use it to campaign on, to drive fear on, to fearmonger on, and to raise money on. So with what's going on now, it just seems like it's more of a distraction than anything from the administration, and then their lack of humanity. We're gonna bring
especially with this bill he trying to pass and everything and other stuff that's going on is a major distraction.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, you're good now, Slick. You wherever you are now is perfect, actually.
All right, I had to relocate in the living room.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, but we're just diving into the first topic, the martial law. If Trump gets to that point, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, Trump got some smart people that's in his team. What they're doing is challenging the Constitution. And what they're doing is basically everything they're not really doing something that's illegal. What they're doing is they taking the terms of the Constitution that was put in place and they basically stretching their power. And he's getting away with it. And he just foolish enough as a president to do that. What he's doing is not illegal in California. What he's doing is he's taking an interpretation of the Constitution and he's fitting it to a legal standard.
Yeah, but what is the protocol to even federalize it? It doesn't have to be like an insurrection or incitement.
No, it's I looked at it. It's pretty bland, man. It says something in the terms of if it's an unrest, if it's civil unrest and something else. And bro, that's all about who determines what a civil unrest is. If guys out there throwing bombs, not bombs, but blowing up cars, and in my eyes, I'm gonna be honest with you. In my eyes, that's civil unrest. So I hate to say it, but if you go out there and you act a fool, you gonna get it.
You need to go to jail.
Yeah. My only thing is that we only see what the news is showing, and then how big is that civil unrest that's going on? Is it a block? Is it the whole city? Because I've seen mainstream media only show that, and then I've seen people be live near there where it's not anything going on close to those vicinities.
Yeah, but you know how dog it is, man. It's whoever gets in front of the story. That's what the story is. You know what I'm saying? Right now the story is, and the video shows folks throwing rocks at cops, setting vehicles on fire. So that could have happened in a 1 mile radius. And now they got camera footage and they're going to use that to their advantage.
Yeah. And that's the fear mongering they do with the propagandizing of the older generation and those who watch mainstream media. But there are more people watching from a secondary, primary device, which is social media, than on mainstream. So they're going to be combating and competing stories of what's real and what's not. You even have senators who are pulling protesting pictures from the 2020 protests with George Floyd and showing them on the Senate floor as if those protest pictures are happening right now. So,
but he's already activated the National Guard. He's by law, he has federalized the National Guard, and which is within his rights according to the Constitution. Now, everybody gonna say he took something and ran with it, but I ain't gonna say they gave him an opportunity to do that. So if you peaceful protest, it shouldn't be no fire, shouldn't be no bombs. Cars blowing up, shouldn't be no rocks being thrown. So if you know that those actions are going to go to a fool,
that's the other part of it. Every action has a reaction. It was peaceful until the National Guard got there. I've seen where people were leaving the protest. A policeman was on a horse. I've seen a video and just hit dude upside the head with a stick, and he's leaving the protest. I seen a young lady get a bucket out the street, walk across the street with her hands up. They shoot her with a rubber bullet. The reporter's reporting. They shoot her from behind. So to me, they're antagonizing the incitement. So if they're peacefully protesting and then the police come up saying you can't peacefully protest, and then they start pushing the crowd, you're going to get a reaction out of that. So It's just Michael. Welcome to the show, brother.
Well, you know,
What's
you
going
can't
on?
give them ammo. That's all I say.
I agree with that 1,000%. It's just to me, it's just if they're arresting senators on camera in a federal building at a press conference, imagine what they're doing to the minorities off camera in the private.
Bro,
Like,
just
that's all.
think about what we just said earlier off the show. I mean, it ain't just they arrested senators. The guy just turned the pop gun right at the reporter and shot the lady in the leg in the back. They don't care. And
Yeah,
you're right. It's going back to the same thing with the George Floyd. People was doing innocent protesting, and then what they did, they came and body slammed the lady in the road. All she was
yeah,
doing was walking across the street.
yeah. It's cause and effect. But Michael, this is more of your segment. So, what are your thoughts on what's going on in California?
Yeah, I kind of agree with everything everybody's been saying. Kind of like you said, it's really coming down to who's getting their side of the story out there the fastest. Who's getting their side of the story? Who's painting the narrative? Who is the narrative being presented to? Because we know how the algorithms work. Once you go down a rabbit hole, it's going to force you down that rabbit hole. So if you
Yeah,
feel like, or if you've been traditionally sharing things that are, we'll say, back to blue, then you're going to see all the things that kind of support that. But if you are more so on the liberal side, then you're going to see most of the things that support your point of view of, hey, they're being antagonized. Um, do I think, like Roger said, sometimes you can give them ammo to do some of the things that he's taking liberties to do. And it really comes down to he was looking for an excuse to do what he wants to do anyway. And this is kind of like that excuse. And it's not just him. You see Florida, Rick, your governor, DeSantis, y'all governor, should I
Yeah.
say DeSantis, talking about run
yeah,
people over and all this stuff. Georgia governor put, so you'll see all the red states that are seemingly going to be like, hey, we're keeping the peace, this law and order. And then you're going to see basically where in the blue states, it's going to be like, hey, these are the anarchists. So we have to, take control basically. So they can't run their state. And it's going to be that picture that's being painted. But again, it's selective though when it comes to them, because of course we can go back to January 6th. That wasn't peaceful at all. People
Nah.
literally got killed, and there was no National Guard activated. Nothing happened. They got
Somebody
part.
came to help them folks out. Exactly, man.
yeah. It's
Nobody.
just Trump.
Yeah.
He's gonna be his own worst enemy. There's so many receipts. Yes, they're allowing them to do it now, but when they get into court, there's precedence on him being against federalizing the National Guard. Even Christy Nome just said it last year. President should never federalize the National Guard. So if they do
Yeah,
go to
but
court, they have precedent on what was said, what was right, and all of that. It's just I'm not one of those constitutional scholars to say they was wrong or right because I didn't. That's what the judges are for. So, but Slick, I
what they
did have a question for you though, man. Being that we see so much, like it seems like cruelty is the point. And if you're in the military or you're called to help with those situations, how do you engage? How do you take those orders to do things that seem unlawful?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. First of all, I've never been put in that situation. Second of all, you know, I've always been taught that an unlawful order is no order at all. So, but you got to also understand the motivation of some of these guys that are in the military. Some of these guys have, they go in the military to follow orders. Some of them have joined the military to fight migration. So you got to understand the people that you're talking to. I can tell you in my position today, I would find some way to get out of that particular order, where I'm deploying against my own people. I wouldn't do that.
Man, I love to hear that, bro. It's
Yes,
just
sir.
like Trump spoke at Fort Bragg recently, and they gave, I guess, the Marines options the Army options to either come hear him speak and be behind him and cheer him on. But if you had any opposing thought of what he's doing, they didn't allow you at the speech or the rally he was giving there.
That's
And you're
true.
not,
I mean, when I was in Alaska during 2016, I think it was, Trump came through Alaska coming from Japan, not Japan, China. I think it was China or Japan. He was coming back, and Alaska is like a stopover. He came by, and they wanted to find some minorities to go over to the warehouse to hear him speak. So obviously they came and asked me, and I told them no. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't in the military at the time. I was a GS employee, so they can't make me go. But I told them no. You know, but they did have some tokens that go over there. So most of that stuff that you see is mandatory. Is almost mandatory. You know what I'm saying? It's either you go over there or I'm gonna have you go pick up rocks or something shit like that. So
yeah, that's crazy. And I always thought the military for things like that were apolitical, where they didn't pick a side. We were there.
nah, bruh.
Nah, that's
The
it.
day after, you should have seen the day after President Obama got elected, man. It's just certain things. They wouldn't put up pictures. Every building has what they call a order. I'm
It's like
trying to. I'm
it's
having
like the chain of command. So they had the
yeah,
president,
chain of command from
the defense heads, and all that, all the way
yeah,
down
from
to your base
it
level.
starts from your boss all the way through the president. And it was months before I saw President Obama's, and it was months when I saw President Biden's picture go up here at Fort. At the time, it was Fort Gordon, Fort Eisenhower now, but it was Fort Gordon. It was a time before Biden and Kamala came up online. So it is what it is, man. I mean, if you think that these people are leaving their personal opinions at home, no, it ain't happening.
Yeah, I just hate how the officials are politicizing it. So, but
Well, he got
man,
rid of all the people that was gonna fight him.
Yeah.
right,
So
right.
all the generals that you see. So let me tell you something, man. Everybody sitting here talking about Trump. Trump is not the problem. Trump is a figurehead. It's the
Exactly.
people behind Trump. Those are the people that you need to worry about. Those Harvard grads that are challenging the Constitution.
All that
Um,
shit come from them.
the National Guard guy. You know what I'm saying? The National Guard guy that is now the head of defense. You know, come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Which is crazy because now, Roger, as an active duty, you are active duty. Not saying that y'all disrespect the National Guard, but I mean, y'all call them like weekend warriors and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, y'all ain't even consider them in the Coast Guard.
It is.
Do y'all even consider the Coast Guard though?
Hey, man, my fellow brothers that fight in the war, man. You know, people get on to me about being in the Air Force, call me a couch warrior. So, you know, I'm not into that pick and choose. What I can tell you this is that National Guard is part-time. A part-time person can't come in and be the CEO. A part-time employee cannot be the CEO. And basically what they did was they took a part-time employee, National Guard, and put him as CEO of the military. And I just don't think that makes sense.
So that's equivalent to the temp service sending y'all somebody and they make them CEO.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, and we'll move on to the next topic. What about the Coast Guard? Do y'all consider them military? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. No, don't answer that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I couldn't tell you one Coast Guard base. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't tell you. And be honest with you, they're not part of the Department of Defense.
Nah, they
never
fall
were.
under Homeland Security.
They used to be Department of Transportation.
Space Wars ahead of Coast Guard.
Well, the Coast Guard used to be part of the Department of Transportation, and then they moved to Homeland Security. So they never was part of DOD.
But hey, they play a part in keeping us safe too, though. So much respect to the Coast Guard out there.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the topic, other topic in the show. Prom. And Roger, you brought up, are proms getting out of hand? What have you seen to propose that question to us?
I'm hoping they calm down because my daughter goes in the 9th grade, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If the prom stay where it's at currently, where it's going now, I'm gonna have to tell her she can't go because I can't afford it. I've seen some Instagram photos, and I think it's down in Florida mostly. I haven't heard of anybody in Georgia, but they getting there, especially in the Atlanta area. But this kid came in on a helicopter.
Yeah, I
You
saw that.
know, they coming in on these Teslas with the Lambo doors on them. Parents are spending a lot
Lambo,
of money, bruh. A
double
lot
R.
of money.
Man, they day trading attention, man. Content is the new currency for them.
Jeez.
I saw a guy,
Yeah.
he just bought a Phantom Rolls Royce, and within a week of him buying it, he was booked out for 2 months for proms.
Jeez.
And they weren't keeping it for the night. He was just dropping them off. It's 750, I think, to get dropped off, depending on the distance. And it's 1,800 to get dropped off and picked up.
I know.
Now you just getting dropped off, but riding to it and riding from it for
Yeah.
$1,800. That's a smart business move on him, but the parents that are paying for it, if you don't have it, that's a dumb move to me.
It's crazy. They pricing people out of prom, man.
Man, but they
Well,
doing it. Hey,
while we
you
on that
remember?
though, let's
You
have a
remember
flashback moment. What was y'all prom like? What y'all go to prom in and wear and all that
my
stuff?
tux? My tux
Look,
cost me
look,
$75.
in
Oh, here we
Brunswick.
go. I think we already talked about this on one of the earlier episodes. I'm gonna let Big Al give the description of my prom outfit.
Shit. Let me sit up.
My prom cost me
Boy had a-
$75, bro.
My boy had a powder blue tuxedo with the 5 heartbeat ruffles going out of the middle and a cucker bump. Hey, that joker, well, when he saw me, man, that joker, hey, like, man, he knew it was over with. He knew.
Oh yeah, man.
Out of everybody in Glenville, who gonna be at Hilltop at midnight? Me.
I went to Hilltop, Michael, thinking I ain't gonna see nobody.
Nobody. He
Get
ain't
me
want to
a
come to
little
the corner store. He ain't want to come to the hood part. He gonna wait at Hilltop, man.
Hilltop.
Slate, he at Hilltop. Hey, no, he clean. He done got away. I pull up, get some gas. Well, look at here. Not my boy in the powder blue. And he even didn't want to tell us he was going to prom.
I ain't even tell them. Cause I went to
He
Long
said
County
nothing.
prom, so I ain't even tell them. Came back, man. First person I see walking out the store, Big Al. I was like, dang.
Boy had the ruffles. That tie, that boy had the ruffles on that white shirt.
I went one time, but didn't Reesville complain about the Tatna County prom being held in Brunswick like we traditionally had it because it was a cost factor?
Oh,
That's why
nah,
they started having it back in school.
Nah,
That was
so
after high school, I think.
so
That
in
was after
2000,
our senior year.
my senior year, we had it at Jekyll Island, so we started having it at Jekyll Island.
Right.
And, yeah, some things happened before we even got back to the school. The event venue apparently sent a message back and said we couldn't come back anymore.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
See, I was told that it was a little different. That the parents were complaining about having to go all the way down. People from Glenville were used to it because it started with my Aunt Nita. That was the first class to go down to Darien.
Oh,
So they
really?
went to Darien. Yeah, they was the first class to do that, and they went to Darien, and then it became a tradition after that. And everybody did. So Tatna County did it for I want to say the first 4 years of Tatna County, and then I want to say they stopped.
Yeah, they
4
did
or
it for
5
a
years.
while because when we were there, we were in Jekyll. We had it in Jekyll. I went one time, and shout out to
We
my
had ours in Brunswick.
he saved me. He supplied the car. So if Donna watching this, your dad and mama saved us in the old Chrysler 300.
Oh, that's
But we
now, Roger, did you go both years, junior and senior?
So I went the first year, man. Let me tell you, that shit was funny, bro. So the first year I went and I paid for a tux. We had the hotel room for the weekend. Our parents weren't spending all that money. I think I took Miss Lee in vehicle. Daddy was supposed to let me take my car down. He was like, nope, that ain't happening. And then so I was pretty, it was pretty cheap, in today's standard, but for me it was expensive. The rooms were like $60 a piece, and we didn't stay on the beach. You had to have that special the parents had to purchase the rooms on the beach. They just wouldn't let you get it. But so we stayed down in Brunswick. that Friday, Saturday, and the menu was ribs. It was prime ribs and shrimp. So in my mind, never having prime ribs, I'm thinking, but I'm about to have some barbecue ribs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how I ain't gonna mess up my tux on these barbecue ribs. So I get in line to go get the food, bro, and they cutting this raw piece of meat, and I'm looking at them like, where the ribs at? They said this is prime rib, and man, that thing was raw. So after that, I looked at it and I said, I only stayed about an hour. I didn't dance. The food was trash, and I spent almost $150, $50 for the tickets. So $100 for the tickets, 80 something dollars for the rental car. And I was like, I mean, not rental car, the tux. And I said, you know what? I could put that towards a room on the beach. So my senior year, I didn't go.
So if you add that up and add inflation, how much would that be in today's time?
So a rental, I think a tux right now is what, about $150 one night rental or a weekend rental?
Shoot,
I
it's
don't
about
know.
300, right?
300?
Depends on which one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was regular black and white. So so you think what, let's say 200. Let's give them a break and say 200. You go to the beach, the room that I stayed in, Holiday Inn, I think it was. So you probably get that room for 140. You know, it was 60 back then. So it was like maybe 140, 150 now for the weekend. So you talking about Friday night, Saturday, coming back Sunday. That's what mostly everybody was doing. So that's 300. So plus the flowers, cummerbund, all that stuff, man, you less than $1,000. So prom will cost you less than $1,000. I mean,
Now.
I don't know what prom you going to right now, boy, because you talking about rooms at the beach gonna run you 300, 350, 400.
Oh, we didn't stay on the beach. We paid them $5 to get on the beach.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. So now hotels know, oh, this time of the year we doing prom, blah blah.
Yeah.
They gonna jack their rates up now, just like events. So now you're talking about, let's say $300 a night, and you staying what, two nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's $600 for the room, if on the beach or off the beach. Then, you know, either take a car, rent a car, take your personal car.
Yeah. So your princess
and you know money. So that's another $600 right there. You had $1,200 just for a room and a car.
Easily. So Roger, with your princess going to prom here in the very near future, what's your cap on the budget?
So I just paid for, 4 proms. Literally, I played for 4 proms since I've been here in Evans. Really 5 if you count Ryan's in Alaska. But by the time you pay for the pictures, the dinner, because they don't even eat at the school no more. You got to take them out to dinner. Come, the little flower for the girl arm, man. I remember that being $10. Carnation or whatever it was. That shit was like $40. So the boys' budget was about $400, maybe $500. So my daughter probably gonna double that. So I give her $1,000.
You gonna spend $1,000 on the dress?
Shoot, gonna be about 600 on the hair.
You gonna spend $1,000 on the dress now, bro. I don't know what airline or
I told y'all what my budget.
Hey, lips is closed, ain't it though?
Okay.
Your lips is. I don't know lips is you going
I done told y'all what my budget is.
Okay.
Y'all messing it up for that baby.
Hey, ladies, away right now.
Ladies, if you're watching in the chat, can you put in the chat what is the price going for prom dresses right now, so us as fathers can get used to it?
Dress, shoes, hair,
makeup,
jewelry,
shippers,
pictures, cost. Okay. Hey, you know they're gonna do their little thing. So their friends gotta have some type of dress. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to the board and tell them they need to get rid of prom. It is no benefit. There's no educational benefit. We need to cut that shit out.
Bro,
it's like the homecoming dance, bro. It's extra homecoming dance.
No, you know they don't even dress up no more for homecoming no more, man.
Oh, for real?
Nah, bro.
Come as you are, huh?
Yep.
Damn,
Oh,
for real.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's
But
up.
I don't
Man.
remember. I don't remember us dressing up for homecoming.
Y'all was on the field.
Yeah, we came off and we went to a dance after.
Yeah, we had a dance in the gym.
No,
But it wasn't formal. It wasn't a formal dance.
Don't the girls dress up in their homecoming fits?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
So you gotta up your budget because we got $1,800 for the dress, especially if it's custom. Hairstyle gonna be about $300 or $400. So you already. We ain't even talk about makeup.
And you know they gonna find that one girl that do the bomb styles, and she gonna up her prices because she know it's prom season.
Bro, you had $1,000 before she even leave the house.
You, she ain't even left the house yet. You had $1,000. She ain't got no car. She ain't picked no restaurant.
Somebody ain't going.
You ain't bought the prom, you ain't bought the tickets yet.
The girls are the most expensive thing to do. They think the boys do because all their fancy cars. No, it's the girls because the girls tell the guys this is what color your tux gonna be. This way
this will be my first girl. Kiki mama handled everything on that other end.
Yeah.
So this might gonna be my first girl. So
yeah, you don't need us to come be like on Bad Boys.
Yeah,
like Larry and Marcus.
Yeah, because I ain't. Hey, I'm already gonna be mad because of the cost, and then the little joker coming up there anyway. He liable to get swung on, bro.
That's your baby too, bro.
No, we ain't doing that. We gonna do 50 Cent and what you call it, man? What's the movie?
I know what you're talking about.
Where they brought him in the garage and told him, like, I'm gonna give you the responsibility of my child.
Oh yeah. I forgot the name of that movie.
Hey. Yeah, that's what we gonna do, Slick. We gonna all be in the room waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. That's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah, but man, we're coming into the cookout season. I pulled up to the house from the gym tonight, and man, at least 3 people were cooking up. What are the must-haves these days? I know it's changed over time. And Slick, I found out you're more of a picky eater. But if you go to a cookout, what are some of the first things you look for to dive into?
Well, I don't eat at anybody else's house. I'm very particular, so I'll go to the cookout, but I rarely eat there. But if I'm cooking out, I'm gonna have a T-bone steak is mandatory. I'm not no skirt steak. It's got to be T-bone or ribeye. If you can't afford them steaks right there, then you don't need to throw no cookout. Next thing is mandatory. It's got to be the beans, man, and the beans got to be dressed up with hamburger meat. With the vegetables cut up in there. If you come in there and just popping a can and warming it up, you're in trouble.
Yeah, bro.
Yep, got to have the hamburger meat in there. You got to have everything. And mac and cheese. Mac and cheese got to be there. And name brand sodas, bro. Name brand sodas. If I go to your cookout and you in there with them checks, I'm telling you that's the last time I'm going.
That's name brand, though, bro.
That's what you drunk.
It's a name brand.
It's a name brand.
That's the last time I'm coming to your house.
So you gotta have own brand, and not name brand. So you can't have off brand. You gotta have own brand.
Robert went in and out no Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
He gave y'all Fago. Fago.
Yeah, there you go, dog.
He got the Coke bottle and just refilled it with Fago.
Yeah, Fago. But yeah, man, to me, that's a mandatory cookout item. Like when I go, them the first items I pick up, that and potatoes. Now, when I go to somebody else's house, I don't really care because, like I said, I don't really eat at a lot of people's house, man. And I don't know if it's a mental thing or what, but I normally don't eat. And if I really like you, I might try something, but I'm not gonna eat. And I'm never gonna pig out. Yeah, no.
Gotcha.
I love y'all boys to death, man, but I'm probably gonna eat 2 ribs. That's it.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the show, Edmund Richardson coming in. What's going on, bruh?
Ain't no much technical difficulties
Hey,
today.
they say you was late coming from a cookout. The one with had the raisin and potato salad.
Nah, we don't do that.
Yeah, man. What are some of your go-tos if you go to a cookout? What are some of the first things you look for to see if they have?
Well, it depends on from somebody else's house or around family. If it's family, potato salad, baked beans, um, and you got to have some good ribs
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And Al, what do you grill the best, man? You one of the top grill masters I
and
know. Oh
crabs.
yeah, I forgot about the crabs. Man.
Evan, that's what I'm waiting on to get to, cause I gotta have some good seafood, man.
Yes,
Some
sir.
Yeah,
crabs, shrimp, you know what I'm saying? I don't care for. I mean, I eat fish a lot, but I don't care if you do fried fish or not. But with me, I'm like I'm like slick, but I like a shrimp. I like a New York shrimp, a nice size, a good thick cup of New York shrimp. You know, marinate. I like to marinate my meats a lot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um, I think what I do is a lot of good chicken. You know what I'm saying? I got barbecue chicken. I really like the way I barbecue my chicken. I come out still juicy and tender. But that steak, I've been really like working on steak, big cuts of beef. You know, like that. But I'm like you guys. I need the beans, heavily dressed, some bell pepper, onions, some ground beef, or I'll take some chicken breast, and chop it up and put in my beans, potato salad, macaroni and cheese, and green beans. Bro, I'm on the couch sleeping about 30 minutes.
Man, I feel you on that, man. If you're watching in the chat, once again, welcome to the Corner Store. We're just letting you in on our group chat, but we're going on Facebook Live, let you know what topics we talk about all the time. And right now, we're talking about cookout must-haves. Drop in the chat. What are some of your cookout must-haves? And man, I got a quick story about a cookout. Fooling around with Big Al. Oh my God! When I first moved to Florida, me and Al were roommates. And we would cook out every day. And, you know, everybody in this vicinity would come and partake in the cookout and all of that. You know, we had some elderly people over there. And I'd be dog hanging around Big Al every time. An old man in their almost 70s think I want their old lady who's in their 70s. Hey, I was sitting down one day and we were out there cooking out eating. And man, how about the old man snook up behind me and grab me around my neck?
Oh wow!
You got beat up, bro?
No, I ain't get beat up. But he pulled out his little knife talking about, nigga, I'll cut you mess with my old lady.
Hey, you sitting around
like, if you see how she looked, bro, oh my God.
Hey, he thought you was trying. He thought you was trying to catch worms.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna tell you, I was like, my rebuttal was, I was like, what his name, Harry or something like that? Harry and Niecy. That was a couple. I was like, Harry, I don't want Niecy. She ain't got but 3 teeth, 2 in the mouth and 1 in the pocket. What I look like?
Hey, boy, hey, Mr. Harry about to put that thing on that boy. Listen, you gotta remember, we already eating and drinking, playing music, having fun, playing cards, dominoes. Man, Harry come out of nowhere. I see you looking at him. I know you want him.
Yeah, bro. Now wrote me off, bro. They almost in their 70s, bro. Wrote me off.
I think the most funniest one is I hope my boy Rick and Retta, my homegirl Retta, I hope they listening and looking tonight.
Oh man.
Well, we was at our boy Rick house. Rick was in the Navy. So we used to go to Rick house on the weekends and you know, that was our hangout, man. Pre-club hangout, go out there and drink, barbecue, play cards, dominoes. That's where we was at. Well, Rick aunt and uncle came down from I forgot what part of Georgia they were from. Swainsburg or something like that.
Right outside of I think it's Waynesboro somewhere.
Waynesboro,
like
so
Burke County.
Same episode, different guy. We sitting out there, man, and the whole night, Rick uncle telling us to call him uncle. Man, that man done came the dog. We done gave that man some of that good liquor. That man done came the dog and talking about, hey, I see you looking at my old lady. This is an old lady now. This is an old lady. I see you looking at my old lady. You know what I'm saying? What's up? I say, I ain't your goddamn uncle. I said, oh, yeah. Hey, now I'm looking at the man trying to reach in the pocket, pull out a little field knife from a brother.
Bro.
No, man, I said, why y'all get caught up with these goddamn old men when they women, bro?
No, I wasn't looking. It's always when I'm with you, though, bro.
No,
You
actually
probably
had
telling him, like, hey, you better watch him. Watch him.
We had to actually hold that old man back because he wanted to get at bro.
Wow.
He got on that oil. He hadn't got on that oil. He was gonna get to me, bro.
That lady probably was 60 years old at
Y'all
the time.
should-
He was probably 30.
Hey, that's as bad as that time me and Russell got beat up by that crackhead.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to y'all, though? Like, has anybody approached y'all about their old lady and you had no intentions of trying to get at them? Has that ever happened to y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I you know.
That happened to me. The dude gonna look at me talking about, yeah, you see her, she fine. I'm like, man, what the hell? He's like, yeah, this me right here. Yeah, this all me right here. Like, man, nobody looking at that ugly ass. Oh, sorry, lady. Sorry.
The guy that came to me, he come to my house. He come legit. He talked to me about it. You know, I expressed my, my intentions, and he expressed what his intentions was, and we left it like that. You know, I respect that man to the day. You know, how he handled that, because most men, you know, if they feel like somebody was pushing up on their old lady or something, they want to fight and do different things. He came to me and he expressed his concerns, and I told him I didn't see it that way. You know, basically, I could see what the optics was, and I understood his situation, and I kind of changed my behavior. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I've never been opposite of approaching guys about my wife or previous girls. I like, shoot, that just gives me ups. Like, she getting more attention.
Thank you.
She's attractive, so
you ain't want to put nobody in the head like a pull out a pocket knife on them.
I never want to do that.
Hot dog, that come with maturity too. You know, now I'm a little different than I was, let's say 3-4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, I would have ran you over trying to holler at my wife or different things. Now, you know, I'm almost like this now, is that, you know, you can't control nobody's actions. So if it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. As long as my 80% is coming through, I think I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm like you. Hey, that's on her if she respond to him or not. So
yeah,
somebody gonna do something, they gonna do it. But yeah, man, good stuff, bro. We once again, Corner Store Podcast. We're trying to get back to storytelling a lot more. So write down in the chat if you want to be on the show. Got any stories that remind you of some of our conversations? I got a few homeboys who watch the show, and they actually want to come on it and tell some of their old stories from when they grew up, because a lot of them grew up like us, small towns, country stories, just wilding out back then.
I can't wait to number 4, bro. Hey, number 4 got me banned from making arrangements for vacation for 10 years.
Oh, might as well jump into it.
We might as well jump into it. The worst vacation spot you visited, booked, or it was on you to get it together. Go ahead and let us know, Roger.
Bruh, so you know, I live in Orlando. I try to go to Orlando 2-3 times a year. I love it. Disney, everything. So I go on there planning this trip for my family. And on top of that, military was getting like free tickets. So I was able to take a lot of extras. I think I took my older sister. I mean, not my older sister, but one of my younger sisters, Regina. I took some of my wife's cousins. Bro, it was like 8 of us. So I go in there and I go online, and boy, they got me. They had these colorful hotels, had the playground and cartoon characters, and man, it looked nice. When we got there, bro, it looked like a Motel 17. Bro, Motel 17, bro. You remember how what's the hotel that used to be at right down there in Glenville by the funeral home?
Cheerio?
Cheerio.
Not Cheerio.
No,
Is it Cheerio?
Shady Acres.
Yeah, whatever that one. So we get there, bro. It was like a extra large version of that, but the rooms looked the same. Cement walls, bro. The carpet was hard. All right. So the first, we get in there, we chilling. My wife already upset. The rooms talking about queen beds, bro. They look more like full size beds. So we were struggling. All right. Remember, it's about 8 of us in 4 beds because we had 2 rooms. So we get in there, man, and then we go to the park. Everybody kind of forget about it. We come back to the hotel, bro, and the fire alarm go off. This was like a Friday. That fire alarm didn't go off till Sunday morning.
Oh wow.
Sunday morning, bro. Sunday morning. Now the air conditioner worked, but they got us, bro. It was old, rundown. Them pictures online look like they took them 20 years ago. It wasn't. They got me. So after that, my family put me on a little punishment. I wasn't allowed to do no hotel rooms until my wife messed up. Yeah, my wife messed up, and then I was able to get the reins back.
Wow. Now, did you book directly or did you go through like one of those?
It was like booking.com, bro. It was something like that. It was like one of them cheap books, whatever it was. They got me. That
You didn't get no money back?
Nah, man, I was a young person, man. I was in my early 20s, man. I didn't know nothing about all that. Going to the manager, it was prepaid. They kept saying they gonna fix it,
Yeah,
so
thug it out back then.
Yeah. And I was on a budget too, bro. I probably couldn't have got a better hotel anyway.
Yeah. What about you, Michael? Any bad vacation experiences?
Man, not too bad. Not that I can remember, but I'm probably not the person to ask this to because I'll sleep anywhere. But I do remember.
Not me.
I do remember.
No.
Yeah, but I don't. Hey, no,
When-
I don't play that. I don't play that. No.
Yeah, I do remember when we were real young. Now we were kids, and so it was a full family. And we went to this one hotel. I think we were in Tennessee. And kind of like Roger, I guess the pictures look nice. Anyway, we booked the hotel. We get in there. It was too small. We really couldn't fit in the hotel room, so we had to leave. I can't remember the name of it or nothing, but man, it was bad. I was like, I can't even fit in the bed. It was like literally a small, like studio, like box.
Yeah.
We had to leave, but it was pretty bad.
No,
wow. And Edmund, what's your breaking point? You said you can't sleep anywhere.
No. I don't play that. They can call me bougie, whatever you want. I don't play about hotel rooms. And my first one was my senior year of high school at prom. And everybody put it on me. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy because, during prom, I guess the weekend we chose down in Savannah, all the hotel rooms were booked. And so we found this hotel. I found a hotel on Abercorn. And when we checked in, man, that thing looked like it was out of a third world nation, man. And we ain't had no choice but to stay that last night. We had to sleep on our suitcases and our clothes, man. It was horrible, man. And then my family reunion, when you go to your family reunions, they already booked those hotels, man. When we got in there, man, it was like a Glendale Inn type of hotel, man. I went to the store and bought like 4 cans of Lysol, man. I bought them sheet covers to go over it, man. Man, and that's why. And then the third time is I would never stay on Tybee Island to this day. It was just like that. Then when we got home, the hotel was so janky that they charged me, talking about I flushed the bar soap down the toilet, charged me another $150 deposit, all type, man. Yeah, I don't do bad hotels.
Yeah, I've had my experiences with them too. Big Al, you got any?
bro. Listen, I do not stay in hotels if I have to park out front and walk to the door. Listen,
I'm with you on that, Al. I'm with you on that.
I can't walk into your facility and take an elevator upstairs. I do not stay in hotels, but they say, "Oh yeah, just drive around to the front," and then I pull up to the front door. I'm done with that.
Yeah,
I stand corrected because I can't do that door outside thing.
I love Marriott's, I really do. I'm starting to deal with IHG hotels. But listen, the worst I stayed in Jamaica in a place way better than some place I done stayed here in the States.
Yeah.
The
I
worst I
don't
stayed
play
in
it.
was what's the hotel, man? Like extended stay, yeah. Extended stay, right? I laid down there, man, and I felt some type of way on them sheets and that bed.
Yeah.
I was in my regular clothes. I'm on there for one night. I jumped
Yeah.
up and I told my ex at the time, cause we're visiting. I said, "Oh nope, let's go. I tried this shit. I did it your way. Nope, I'm going over here to this
Yeah.
La Quinta. Let's go to this nice ass La Quinta over here. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was
Hey,
like, man, I can't do that. I'm afraid of bed bugs.
so
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm a Marriott guy. I'm a Marriott guy.
yeah, bro.
So my wife does these Airbnb, which I'm in right now. I don't really like that too much, but I do it when we got like a lot of people. But I'm a Marriott guy, right? And so one day my son was having a basketball tournament in Myrtle Beach, and I waited too late because he wasn't going, and I waited too late to make my arrangements. So they didn't have no rooms because it was like Memorial Day weekend, or it was either Memorial Day weekend or Mother's Day weekend. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, all the rooms were booked. So I found this one out there in North Myrtle, and it was an off-brand hotel. Got caught up with them pictures again. You know what I'm saying? And I get there, and it's on King Street. So, but it's way down the beach on North. And my daughter, which she ain't never seen me broke. She 14 now, but she ain't never seen me broke. She was about 10 then. And she walks in there, and I can tell she ain't ready. She ain't with it. All right. She goes in there, she looks at me, and she said, "Daddy, this room looked like one of them rooms off the first 48. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here." You know what I'm saying? But we stayed there for 2 days, man. But it was she told me, right? To this day, she still talk about that room in Myrtle Beach. Every
Look,
Yeah,
time
that's
I
the
go to
same.
my
Myrtle Beach, I gotta stay on the
That's
bit.
the
I
same
gotta
way
stay
you
on
trying
the
to
bit.
put on $1,000 prom budget.
Yeah,
hey,
same
listen,
girl.
my
It's not
12-year-old
gonna work.
like that, man. We go to a hotel or somewhere Airbnb. She look at it. First thing she go do is go to the
Man, I
bathroom.
missed that one then. Y'all already talked about prom then.
This ain't gonna work right here. This ain't gonna work right here. I like, what's wrong? That bathroom. Something wrong with this. But she would not use the bathroom. We used to have to go somewhere because she would not use the bathroom.
You know what though? I don't blame her. I don't blame her when it comes to bathrooms, man. If I go in the bathroom and that bathroom is moving, like that water is moving, I can't use it.
But
Yeah.
I'm like that with
Oh no!
restaurants.
Oh,
Before
well,
I
no,
eat
I
at a
don't do.
restaurant,
I don't do public bathrooms, man. I'll boo boo on
Yeah,
myself before
dog.
I go to the public bathroom.
yeah,
Hey,
I
Edmund, I'm gonna give you a trick. I'm gonna give you a trick when you're on the road, because I don't do public bathrooms. I'm one of the ones that go home
not even
from work.
Bucky's.
I don't go. No,
I would take. I would
But
go on my lunch break. I
Bucky's,
don't live too far.
no lie,
I,
Bucky's
I,
has the cleanest bathroom
no,
I've
I
ever
not
don't
seen.
that
care,
one.
Bucky.
Bro,
I don't care if I'm at the White
yeah.
House. I ain't
And I'm
using no
telling you,
public bathroom.
Hey,
Bucket is
You
the best to go.
Uh-uh.
I'm telling you,
best
bro.
No,
bathroom, the
no,
cleanest bathroom.
no, no,
Cleanest
let me tell
individual.
you.
no. I ask
Boy,
them that. I will leave my job on my lunch break and come home and use the bathroom.
Hey, I'm the same way. So I must have caught Bucky's on a
Cause
bad day, bro.
I
Cause
don't live too far. I don't work too far. My school ain't too far from the house. I will go
yeah.
home and boo boo and come back.
Hey, so Edmund, let me tell you a trick that I learned, bro. So with me traveling so much, I had to get used to using the bathroom. I don't even use my in-laws' bathroom or my family members' bathroom. And hey, Micah, it's only one bathroom I use in grandma's house.
The one in the back.
The one way in the back. That's it. That's the only one I use in there. And I don't use nobody bathrooms.
So
And
what?
I know it's a mental thing, man, but
Now I
um
use my family bathroom. They know I light them up.
So y'all,
hey, when I
all of us are in our mid to late 40s, except Michael, and y'all in your 50s. So if y'all never had an issue on the road with your
yes,
stomach in the car, and you had to
yes,
just go to the public bathroom.
yep. And I've been
I boo booed
embarrassed.
it. I boo booed in the woods before.
Yep.
Boy,
Hey,
you retarded.
hey,
What's your white with the leaves?
but Edmund, I'm gonna tell you a trick.
Matter of fact, over there by Sister German house in the past, right there. I'm a yeah,
Boy,
buddy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all a trick, and I shouldn't tell
boy, you
y'all this.
retarded.
But I go, you know what I do
What's
when
that
I got to
about?
use the
I
bathroom?
think
I
I
go
was
to a
saying that.
hotel.
Say what now,
Well, hold
Slick?
on, hold
What?
on.
I go to a hotel. So
I learned
what's the?
about
Let me tell you why I go to a hotel. Because what bathroom do most people not use in a hotel?
the
The
lobby.
lobby.
Ooh, the
The lobby,
lobby.
because they got their own bathroom.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't
So
think about that.
I'll pull up and walk in there like I got a room, tear that bathroom up, get back in my car, and drive on down the
I
road.
ain't never
You
thought
know what?
about that.
I ain't even did
I
that.
ain't never think about that. That is a
Yeah,
good
I
Yep.
ain't even
point,
thought about
Roger.
that though.
That's
Yeah.
Yep.
now. What I have thought about with that, how the heck they know if you stay there if they got international
No,
breakfast?
all they gonna do is just, are you gonna say, hey, how you doing? They don't know
I
when you
don't. I
came
just walk
in.
in.
Or you
They
would have
don't
came
even.
in late off when they
Because
didn't do it.
you know they changed shifts.
Yeah.
They wave their hand. I walk in, and my
So
kids laugh at me when I
you
do
hit
that.
the
But they done
and
they
be,
done got used to it.
you hit the
and
breakfast
better
bar
yet,
too.
Hey, I was about to say about
I
that.
walk through and go straight to the
You
lot. I
better
go
let
straight to the
somebody hit the
elevator.
breakfast.
Yeah.
You
Go
hit the
ahead,
I
breakfast
walk
Edmund.
through
bar
and
too.
go straight to the elevator, and make them think I live there, and then when hey, come back down, and do what I gotta do.
Now you got me
Oh
thinking,
my
Slick. I might want
god.
to hit breakfast one morning at the embassy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That I don't
They
know,
go
but
all out.
I know I do that with the bathroom.
Yeah, embassy go all out.
Hey,
Now
it's worth a try.
yeah, that's a good idea,
Now
right? I
you
never
push.
thought about that. So if you're in the chat and you don't use
Oh,
public
so
bathrooms, would you
I
stop
don't use
at a
it.
hotel music? Now,
So let me tell you,
what star hotel do you pick, bro? Because you can't just pull up to any hotel.
no, it's got to be new. It's got to be something that I would
Yeah,
stay in. Yeah, I
I'm
ain't
gonna
I
try
ain't
that.
I ain't
I'm
just
gonna
ain't
try that.
pulling up,
I'm gonna try that in Dublin from now on. If I have to
Yeah,
stop in Dublin.
yeah. So let me tell you, man. So
Damn, you already
I was
plot where you
driving.
going.
I was living in Hampton, Virginia, right? And if you ever drove Hampton, Virginia, you got to come off of 95 and get on a back road 52, I think it is. And it's about another 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours, right? So I stopped there and I got some chicken from KFC. And remember, I don't do public bathrooms at all. So by the time I was about 30 minutes out from the house, about 45 minutes out from the house, man, my goddamn stomach started bubbling, bro. And I'm going, I'm going faster and faster on the car. I'm thinking about 90. I think I'm doing 98, man, out there on that little highway, right? So my wife had a baby bag in the back. And I just pulled over to a gas station and I went to one of the nastiest bathrooms, like an Exxon, bro. So I get in the bathroom and I grabbed the whole baby bag with me because my wife is like she kind of like me. She takes sanitary wipes, Clorox wipes, all kind of shit, right? So I got the whole bag in there. I'm going through the bag. She ain't got not one goddamn wipe in there. She ain't got no Clorox bags in there. It ain't nothing but a pull up. I had to break that, and then the place didn't have no toilet paper. I had to break that pull up and use that to wipe my ass, bro. I was mad as shit. I was mad as hell, bro. They still pick at me about that.
Oh man, you
I
had to
had to
wipe
use that pull
extra
up,
with
bro.
that. God,
I
dog.
had to. I had to pull that pull up, bro. They didn't have no toilet paper, bro. I came out to try to get napkins from where they do the hot dogs at. They ain't have no napkins. That's how bad the bathroom was, bro.
Not even the sandpaper napkins.
Bro, they ain't have nothing.
Oh my
Yeah,
Nothing.
I
god,
got caught up
If it
like
went, hey, now think about if I didn't take that bag in there with me.
man.
listen, I
Yeah,
got
that's
caught up
tough.
like that on the road driving with trucks. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was in Brunswick, but I'm yelling. Hey, hey. Now somebody came to me, hey, what's wrong? I said, man, go tell him, man, I need some tissue. Man, God damn it. You doing all this yelling? I said, ain't no tissue, bro. I sat on that toilet about 45 minutes. Dead legs and all.
Oh
I
man,
wasn't getting up, bro.
man.
You know
I
you'll throw up your legs with the sleep.
man,
Hey,
that's hilarious, bro.
if I'm on the wall out here
Hey,
trying to hold on, dog, because my legs going, I already don't want to sit down on the toilet,
Hey,
man.
don't you be
I got
switching from
people
side to
to
side, like let some blood flow
Hey,
so I can wake
man.
back up.
Hey,
Man,
I
I'm
spat
sweating
that seat
bullets
like
in there.
like I'm spatting cleats, boy. I spat that thing up. I used the whole roll of tissue on them.
Yes.
Yeah, I know some of my homeboys from Jacksonville on. I gotta get them on there because they're like us. Like when I'm around them, I feel like I'm around y'all because we joke all the time, tell stories, and we were playing softball in Orlando at a tournament one year. Man, I had a hot dog and a yoo-hoo. And bro,
A hot dog and a yoo-hoo.
I
Shit,
really
a
do.
Wow.
yoo-hoo.
That
Hey,
combination don't even
Why?
go together.
like, bro,
they
Man,
don't even
you're
go
trying
together.
to have bubble gut.
I hit. Hey, we had lost the game, so I was like, man, let me just grab something to eat real quick. So I grabbed the hot dog yoo-hoo. Bro, it hit me as soon as
Not a
I ate it.
Gatorade, a yoo-hoo.
Before we
Some
left the
water.
gas station, bro, I had to turn back
Yeah, the
around. I was
water.
headed to the car. I
Oh,
had to turn around, go in the
that boy.
bathroom, and bro,
Hey.
it just unloaded. I was in there with my feet up, so nobody didn't see my feet to know it was me. And my homeboy
Hey.
came in there to wash his hands, and he was like, "God dang!"
Hey,
He washed his hands and went back. He went to the cash register. He said, man, somebody in your bathroom sick."
Ah,
hey, hot dog.
don't you
Hey,
hate,
hot
don't you hate
dog.
when you want to bathroom somebody
Hey,
there doing
you
that? And it's
gotta
like,
tell the story. We was in Savannah.
Hey.
Hot
And I
dog. You gotta
walked
tell the
out, and I was
story.
like, I was like, man, I hope nobody ain't out there watching. I walked out.
That
Buddy
boy
was
had
getting
that
the
fresh.
soda.
Hey,
He
he
was
had
getting the
that
that's
fresh
soda
what
out.
you,
glizzy.
hey, hey,
Hey, was it an
hey,
Indian store?
hey, me and
It
my
was
son, the other,
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
Hot
me,
dog.
me,
Was it an Indian store?
7-Eleven, dog.
Oh, it was an
well,
Indian
hold
store.
on, hold on. That's so funny.
That Yahoo probably dead.
Hey,
Hey,
bro, I
hey,
blew it
That's
hot
up.
so.
dog.
Hey, quick story though. Me and my son, we went to the farmers market the other day. Man, I had to fart so bad while I was in there. Man,
Oh my
I held
God.
that thing so long. Man, I walked outside and I thought it was clear. And I passed gas. I said, "Ah." That man said, "You were holding that for a while, weren't you, buddy?"
Hey, boy.
Oh,
Hey,
Man, he said I was laughing so hard, man. That thing was funny as all know
hey,
what.
hot dog. You want to tell the story about Savannah? He done got on the phone
Oh no, man. I mean, you can tell it. You talking about your grandma?
with my grandma.
Oh yeah,
Y'all,
bro.
this back in when my grandma passed away, right? So me and Hot Dog came down, man. We had, me, dog. We came from Jacksonville with my mom, my grandma, and my auntie. My grandma had an appointment at a doctor's office, so we took my mom and my aunt to the mall, and me and Hot Dog, to mama to the doctor's appointment. Hey, I don't know what we had to eat that day, that morning coming down from Jacksonville, though. But that joker tore my stomach up, bro. I probably had a yoo-hoo and a hot dog too. I don't know, bro. We got in that damn doctor's office. My mom went in the back with the appointment. Said, bro, I can't hold this no more. I went to the bathroom, and the funny part slick. And the funny part was, you know how the doctor's office is where you got the window, and then the bathroom door probably like 4 or 5 feet right there. So I go to the bathroom. Hey, I come out of the bathroom. I'm talking about the lady. The lady jumped up and closed the window. Talking about, God damn.
Slick, he was so slick. The lady hopped up and closed the slide glass door, bro.
You want to talk about the lady? Talking about, God damn. Hey, my grandma. my grandma come out talking about y'all some nasty motherfuckers. Hey, my grandma, who did that? I said,
I was like,
hold
Big
it.
Al,
I
Big
said, I
Al.
couldn't hold it, Mom.
Hey.
I was trying to hold it. I couldn't
Hey,
do it.
who all went? Michael, did you go to Glenville High School?
Nah,
You didn't go to Glenville High School.
no, I
Yeah,
definitely.
man, you didn't go.
Most of
So,
us didn't get a chance to
y'all
go.
remember the teachers? Hey, hot dog. Y'all remember the teachers' lounge?
Yeah.
All right. So one day, man, my stomach was done, bro. I don't know what I had for lunch, whatever, man. So I panicked, right? I knew I couldn't use the bathroom, and I knew I couldn't make it back across town. You know what I'm saying? So I went in the teachers' lounge, bro, and
I used to do that. I did that a few times.
I went in there and I'm going to town, bro. Somebody knocked on the door. I had to deepen my voice, say, occupied. I deepened my voice, say, occupied. So I went on ahead and finished. And I thought when I come out that it was gonna be a bunch of teachers in there, but it wasn't. I got in and out, bro. I was like, I did that one
Man,
time.
what's that hall at the high school, the new high school? What's the hall down there where the science classes and the CBE classes, business classes are?
That's the 700 hall.
Man, I used to tear that teacher bathroom up down there, right between Miss Stewart's class and Miss Drigger's class. Man, I used to tear that bathroom up, boy. I wasn't using that regular bathroom. Oh no, Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. So
Oh
if you're
no,
just tuning in, it's the Corner Store podcast. We're on through many topics in the show. This segment we're talking about if you're in a tight, like we done added to this topic. If you're ever in a tight, do you use a public bathroom or do you do like Roger, go find at least a 4-star hotel and use their lobby bathroom because no one
Yes,
uses
sir.
it.
Yeah, if you do like Edmund and hit them woods.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
the woods. One time it messed me up, boy. Man, my turd fell in my drawers.
Damn.
Oh my god.
oh no,
God,
Damn.
dog.
no.
Yeah, man.
You might well sit on. Yeah, you might well have sat on the toilet.
Oh
Oh,
With
no,
no
man!
toilet paper.
I took the pants off through them drawers in the woods, put my pants back up.
You might well say that.
hey, you came back commando, huh? Had all kind of brown stains in your jeans, boy.
I mean, women jeans like, bro, what the hell wrong with you? Where your drawers at?
Oh God!
Yeah, man. But moving on with the show, man, we don't have much more. But man, this is a topic I see every year around this time. Father's Day is Sunday. Happy pre-holiday Father's Day to everyone out there. But should Coochie be considered a gift from a significant other on Father's Day?
Yeah.
Hey,
And
nah.
are you content with getting that and that only if they offer that to you?
I feel like every holiday. I don't give a damn if it's Mayflower Day. I think that should be when they say a holiday today, my wife or significant other should understand that I'm gonna want something later on.
So
I
you
don't care.
content with just getting that and nothing else for Father's Day?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
But that's mandatory.
So what about when guys spend thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars for Mother's Day, take them out to eat, go to church with them and all that, and then we turn around, that's all we get.
Yeah, but think about it. What we do on Father's Day, we cook out. Who cook out?
Yeah.
On Mother's Day, what we do, we take them out to eat.
We take them out to eat. Yeah, yeah.
And on Father's
It
Day,
ain't
I'm back
right.
there drunk. I'm back there drunk,
ain't
burning
right.
up meat.
It ain't
Yeah,
right
right.
though. It ain't right. They do us wrong, man.
I was gonna say, I mean, how you feel about it? You feel like they do us wrong? We get the short end of the stick?
They do, we get the short end of the stick, and I hate. See what I don't like though. I love my mom. I love but I always have to compete. My birthday always somewhere around Mother's Day, so I always get the shaft.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling my wife that I was like, man, Father's Day, boy, the church parking lot empty, Golden Corral empty. All we get is drawers and t-shirt. But Mother's
And
Day,
a tie,
all of
and a
that.
tie, and a tie.
Yeah. So,
Man, everybody's so thoughtful on Mother's Day, but we unsung heroes, man.
And you right too, boy. That joke gonna fall on them third Sundays, boy. Ain't number Sunday school. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ain't number Sunday school. Ain't no church going on. Like, hey, you can't go in there and compete your suit with the deacons and the senior ushers. You can't go in there and compete with, you know what I'm saying, the beloved late Mr. Ashford, their clean cut and suits. Everybody wear. You can't do that third Sunday because ain't number Sunday school.
man.
They gotta have full service.
The restaurants ain't popping, but they know it's only Sunday school Sunday, so they ain't pulling out the special food for you. You go in there and get them leftover ribs.
Yeah, man.
And then, like you said, Slick, what we doing? Hey, you want a barbecue? Well, I want to do that on my day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, can you cook for me? I don't know how to grill. That's the first
Got
thing
a whole cool.
Hey, the first thing they tell you though, but I want you to barbecue. I want some barbecue on my day.
Hey, I already got the stuff in there now. I'm fixing to take the meat out now.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Got to marinate.
We got to cook on our day. We got to do everything. Man, we should be.
Yeah, I will say my daughter, she looks out for me. She'll do like a seafood pot and then she'll grill or go get some stuff catered in. But that was year before last, my wife got a brand new car on Father's Day, bro.
On Father's Day.
On Father's Day, bro.
Now you gonna get a month
I was
early?
like, man, you couldn't wait to get that or got that the week before.
Yeah,
Uh,
That's tough. That's tough there. That's tough there, hot dog.
tough.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's tough.
hey, you don't even know how to act on that one, is bro? Like, wait a minute now.
Yeah. I'd have hid the keys at least a week.
No, hey, when I, when she first got it, when I got low on gas, I drove hers. So I drive other gas up.
I'd have hid the keys at least 24, 48 hours, bro.
Man, that's crazy. But yeah,
Yeah, it's good
they treat
stuff,
us
man.
bad.
She's worth it. So, and on Father's Day, I don't be wanting no gifts and all that stuff. Christmas, holidays, and all that stuff either, man. Just the only thing is every year we say we're not getting each other something, and she overdo it, and I stick to not getting each other nothing.
Oh no, that's
So
a
I
trap.
feel
No, no,
bad.
you know
I
better
feel
than that.
You
bad.
can't follow in that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
can't
learned
find.
my lesson. I learned it. I
Yeah.
learned it the hard way. So
But I don't expect nothing. Like to me, I'm the daddy now, so I don't expect nothing on Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. Now my kids do. Like my daughter does little things. She goes out and she got this thing now where she builds baskets. You know what I'm saying? She went out there this year for my 50th birthday, I think, and built me a basket. But she bought me a damn 1X T-shirt, and that shit been crawling up my stomach like them wife beaters. That shit.
God
Man,
damn.
that shit be riding up my stomach like a halter top, man.
You
So
know all the time about wearing the
man, I
extra.
be bad as bro. I said, nah, you know good and well I wear 2X, and she went and got them 1X XL, and that thing, and I wear them, bro, because but that thing be riding up my stomach, man. I mean, bro, about 10 o'clock, man, that shit on the top of my stomach, like I'm wearing a bra.
I love my 12-year-old. She done came in the other night talking about, Dad, let me see your wrist. I was like, here you go. What's up? She talking about, all right, I'll be right back. I'm sitting in their bed about 20 minutes late. She come back talking about, here you go. She done
Build
made
your bracelet.
right. Hey, what's your colors? I said black,
Yep.
red, and gray. She said, okay, I'll be right back. She done came
Yeah,
and made me a
y'all got them daughters. Y'all got
yeah.
them daughters that's considered these Negroes, these little boys, man. They
man,
don't
my
care
son
about
only
nothing.
thing care about none of
I,
that,
I
man.
will say my son did
Boy.
hook me up with a nice watch on Christmas. That was pretty thoughtful.
Okay,
So
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he did he put some thought into it. But the girls, I usually get treated pretty good on Father's Day, so I can't complain.
My
Yeah.
son. Now I had one son hook me up for Christmas. He bought me one of them back massages, and that was Shy. Shy bought me a back massage. The rest of them doggone Negroes, no, they ain't do nothing, bro.
Yeah, I don't, these boys, boy, man.
Yeah, them boys tough, man. I take Landon to go shopping for his mom. So I buy her something and he buys something. But I gotta buy her something on his behalf with my money. When this Joe got just as much money in his pocket as me.
Yeah.
Don't ever want to spend his money. Ever. But moving on to the next topic, man. I know we're a little bit over, but good time tonight. Good time. The NBA, man. I haven't watched, like I told you earlier, I hadn't watched any of the NBA yet, but I'm
Me
definitely
either.
going to catch
Me
it.
either. I've been
Y'all
catching the
missing it.
highlights, but
Y'all missing it, man. It's been good. It's been good basketball, and everything that you guys have been crying about the touch fouls and stuff like that. They have been playing physical basketball. If y'all haven't seen the New York series when
Yeah.
New York
Yeah.
and them was playing,
Mhm.
this series right here for the finals, they are playing some physical basketball, and they not bailing kids out, and it's been good basketball, man. Good coaching, good strategy. Real basketball fans are watching. Um, you know, to me, you're gonna always have them fair weather fans, them folks that come in because Caitlin and Reese, that come in for the WNBA. You're gonna have them people. I'm not worried about them, man. I'm talking about a person that's really watched basketball is watching the finals because they know it's been good basketball all rounds. From first round, it has not been a slouch this year. This has been some of the best playoff basketball.
Yeah,
I,
I'm gonna
I, I
definitely try
agree
to
with
catch
you
it.
on that,
I will
Slick,
say that.
because they've been letting them boys play ball. In the
Yep.
season, we see all that flopping and all that. They ain't calling that bull, no flopping calls and stuff like that. And these guys ain't really like during the season. What used to piss me off a lot is every time somebody touch somebody, they want to fight.
Yeah.
But they ain't really been doing that with the playoffs. Them boys just been trying to ball and keep afloat, keep their head afloat. Now,
They've been balling.
Indiana and OKC, I think them the teams, like Slick said earlier, they're the best team anyway. But them the deserved team that need to be in there, and they really playing true ball.
If you don't like OKC, you don't like basketball.
Bro, and I got them in 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I look at it like I like basketball. I just hadn't taken the time to make it must-see TV yet. But it's entertainment. So I think the small market has been the reason for the small ratings also, or lower ratings also. Like Roger say, if you're a true basketball fan, you're gonna watch it. But if you want to be entertained, then if they had big market names, like if New York would have made it against LA or something like that, then it would have been must-see TV, high ratings. But due to the small market, the novice basketball fan isn't going to watch it. So
well, I think some of it is scheduled.
Been there in years. Now they there, and people don't know how to take that. And a lot
I
of them
think
don't
it's
know
scheduled.
star players. They don't know SGA like that, or Halliburton and boys, or
it's a lot of guys. I don't know.
To be honest with you, I think it's scheduling. I think right now, Oklahoma, usually we have a team out west that's in the LA on the coast somewhere. And now we got OKC and we got Indiana. Both of them should be about Central and what is the other one?
Yeah,
What Oklahoma?
They like the Midwest and like
Central. Midwest and Central time. So
Indiana's still on Eastern time, right?
No, Indiana's on what's the one in Alabama on?
So they both
Central Standard. I think they on Central and Midwest. Whatever. What's the one next to Central?
No, Indiana on Central. I'm
talking about OKC. I'm talking about OKC.
OKC, yeah, Mountain Time, probably Mountain Time.
Yeah.
I don't even think they Mountain Time, is it?
If they not Mountain, then they Central because it's Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
They might be Central. Yeah, they might be
Mountain because they ain't there with that Colorado time, that Mountain time.
Yeah. So what happens is they got to capture their people, and then that's too early for the West Coast people, and it's kind of late for the East Coast people, and then it's Indiana and OKC. If it was LA and LeBron, people would stay up and watch them, and if you weren't a basketball fan, they would stay up and watch them, but I think some of that is scheduling. And then on top of that, they're not playing like every other day no more. It's like a 2-day break. Like they play one game.
They need to stop. They need to stop that. They need to stop that, man. I hate that.
Go back because there's too much between the games.
And they drag out the playoffs. Did you remember the finals used to be like the first it'd be done by this time when we were growing up. It seemed like
it seemed like it was like the end of May and was over by June early.
Yeah, so that to me, I think is a scheduling issue. They trying to get as many commercials as possible, So that's why they stretching this stuff out. The shows got to talk about it, but I think that's the problem. They weeding out people that don't really watch basketball or the casual fan.
Yeah, and then SG.
That's not good. That's not good for the bottom line, though.
Well, remember they getting paid from commercials, bro. And they're getting paid after fact. You know how many reruns? Like they gonna rerun that finals game. You know how many people gonna watch that finals game on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday when no basketball, no football going on.
They actually
see people like me. We'll go back and watch the 13-minute rebroadcast of the game and just get the major highlights.
Yeah, but see that's why they got NBA TV. You got all that.
But they got it they get most of their money up front anyway with the big TV deals that they sign with
TV contracts, commercials, the talking shows. The talking shows, bro. They hyping the game up for 2 days.
They're gonna have to go back and script it a little better than this next year.
I don't know. I like it. It's been good basketball, man.
I'm just joking. They try to say they script this stuff.
Yeah, it's been good basketball.
And they call it they call them Buffalo Wild Wings. Give them a foul.
But then you want to say something about the prom thing?
Yeah, since you're here, I'm gonna let you wrap it up. What were they thinking? What are you thinking when it comes to the prom?
Man, that's some bull crap. I'm trying to be good and not cuss, but I'm sick of this, man. And I'm frustrated with it. And the people that's doing this are jack poor. If you look at where these kids come from, you got them coming out projects with nice setup balloons and all this other stuff. For what? And most of them, and as an educator, a lot of ones doing it, they don't do no work in school. They failing. They barely making it, but you spend all this money on prom, but we can't find these same parents can't buy their kids school supplies, don't come to parent teacher conference meetings, and don't do any of that stuff. But then you got to spend all this money on prom and be the main ones at graduation yelling when they tell you to be quiet while they call everybody names. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
There you have it from Teacher of the Year.
You just solidified part of Roderick's point in the chat.
Edmund. But in 1965, they was in segregated schools. So they was in segregated schools. So we got to give them we got to understand their background.
I see, Edmund. I knew it was coming.
Okay. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. No, Roger, I've never been a person to make excuses, but at the same time, what we've been saying in our group, in our chat, is that the macro of where we are as a community, you can't discount some of the stuff because even some of that behavior that I just outlined, I'm not being contradictory. A lot of that stuff comes from poverty mentality.
I agree.
And that stuff was bred, through, people looking at TV and looking at the American dream, and they think this is what it means to make it and have it, and we want to be showy. But, I'm a firm believer. You got to take personal responsibility, but you also have to recognize there's some other systemic issues out there that we have to deal with. But I still think as a community, we got to do better. And I stand by that. I do. I agree with you.
I was just messing with you, but I understand that. I just think
as soon as he starts saying, I say, "Ooh, Slick got some fuel for him." No,
yeah.
I knew it was coming.
No. And see, when we're texting, and we in our group chat, everybody's saying stuff, but there are always nuances to everything that we say. You can only say so much in characters, right?
Yeah.
And so I think we agree more than we disagree. I just think that what Shannon and I are arguing, and even Micah, is that, we're not ignorant to some of the other systemic things that impact the way that our community is, right? And so, but that should stop us from trying to help, them, get to the other side. And since we're now in what they would consider in W.B. Du Bois terms, the talented tent, it's now we can't just down them, but let's try to help them as well to get out of that cycle and that poverty mentality.
I think that's the key. Yeah, Edmund, I think that's the key is I think that our methods of getting them out of that particular mentality is different. I think that sometimes you got to have tough love. Like you got that one parent. It's like a mom and daddy. You got that mama that comes over there and give you that genuine love and understanding, let you express yourself. She's going to take care of you. She's going to tell you why you should cut that grass when your daddy said, you should do that. And then you got that daddy mentality that comes in there and say, you didn't cut that grass, I'm going to pop your ass. That's the reason why you didn't get, that's why I'm taking your car.
I agree.
And I think that's where we at.
Yeah.
And I agree. And another thing too is that, there's some deep-seated things in our community because as an educator, if I tell you every fight that occurs at every school that I've been in for the most part are our kids, right? Our kids are angry. They're mad with the world. They take offense to everything. But what I do understand as an educator, a lot of those kids are dealing with a lot of stuff in their households, right?
Yeah.
Some of those kids are getting abused. Some of these kids are getting neglected. Some of these kids are hungry. Some of these kids, and all they know is how to, rebel and somebody say something to them, they pop out because they don't get therapy. Their parents don't understand what therapy is. And a lot of these kids are just damaged and they need help and they don't know how to. And that's our community, man, is suffering. If you look, I guarantee you, if you look at Tappan, let's just go home. If you look at Tappan, I guarantee you, if we pull the numbers of all the kids that's fighting and disrespectful, I can tell you that they're kids that look like you and I because of some of the systemic things in our community. And we got to deal with this stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of systemic, it's a cycle. Damaged parents raise damaged kids.
That's it.
Absolutely. And it's like a poverty mentality. So if you see a kid and the way they do it, I guarantee you their parents operate that way. That's the reason why I say we are blessed. I never take for granted, regardless of what people may think or say about me or this and that. I never forget where I came from. But I look at it as me being blessed because I understand how the system was and the decks were stacked against me. The odds were stacked against me. And I'm blessed to make it out. That's what I told me. I used the analogy on our chat the other night. If I set a fly trap, and that fly trap is to catch as many flies and kill them, right? The system is set up in just that way. And some of us are able, like some flies do, escape that trap and go out and still live a productive life. And some of us are blessed in that way. And that's the reason why I feel like we have an obligation to give back to our community, especially where we come from, because we know how hard it is. I mean, it's right in my household, me and my brother, night and day. But it's by the grace of God that I'm where I am. Yeah, he made different choices, but I can't fault him because I know how we were raised. And when you've been poor for so long, some of these kids, it's tiring and taxing to live in poverty like that and not be able to eat or buy the things that you see every day flash in front of you. That's why so many kids out here robbing and stealing and knocking people over the head. And that's the reason why I tell people all the time, education is important because education is your gate. I mean, your key out of your situation. You have a better chance of making a better life for yourself with education, and that's why we need to take it serious.
There you go. I agree, fella.
Yeah,
I
there you
agree.
go.
I do. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm blessed.
I'm all about hard work and accountability. You know, I've never said I made every right choice. And I hear people all the time, they pat me on the back about my boys. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got four of them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I got four of them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see two of them mostly. You get what I'm saying? Well, I got one that's a teacher. You know what I'm saying? I got one that's trying to get into coaching. He didn't start off that way. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mature as fast as I wanted him to do. But now,
yeah,
guess what? This young man he got him a house. He's got him a fiance. He's taking care of both his boys. So each kid is different. He fought me
yeah,
a little bit. And I was one of them parents that I met a girl from Mississippi, so he was being raised by his mom with me in the distance. So, y'all don't talk about him like that because y'all don't know about that side. What y'all do is y'all see my sports kids. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And because I put their accomplishments out there. You know,
yeah,
I don't get 1,000 likes when I put the report cards out there either. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Speak on it. Speak on it.
yeah,
Yeah,
them boys,
dog.
them boys was
I'm with
honor
you
roll.
on that, bro. I'm
Yeah,
with
them
you.
boys were honor roll. You know what I'm
That's
saying? And I put them
But
out
but
there.
see, but see, let's talk about that. So that's another issue. Like, even in our community, we're praise kids. That's why I make it a concerted effort to, not only talk about my kids' athletic stuff, but his academic stuff too, because kids need to see that. Like, it's cool. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to do the things you need to do. But as a community, we don't celebrate. It's just like, I'll be honest with you. If somebody go to prison where we grew up, they would celebrate them when they get out of jail, but won't celebrate the kids that's going off to college or get together when
Yeah,
they come home and have a cookout for
yeah.
them. We don't
I know
celebrate stuff
somebody
like
that
that.
had a lot of welcome home parties.
No,
You see
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
We would have, and then like I feel offended. They would go out and ask people to put money on books, books, but can't nobody. Everybody want to say, "Oh, we so proud of you. You graduated. You doing well." Da da da. But nobody put no money on my college books. But everybody go put money on other. I say, for instance, my brother. Yeah, my mom probably put more money on his books than she gave me while I was going to college.
So let me tell y'all guys something. My son, the first thing I told him was after he was blessed with being able to continue his basketball career with LSU. Um, you know what I congratulated him on, and I was more proud of him. But
Graduated.
He graduated.
not only did he graduated in 3 years, and that boy's still
Wow.
going to school right now. So
Wow.
in order for him
Wow.
to finish up his degree, so they let him walk early. But in order for him to finish up his degree, he had to take 4 classes in this summer semester, and he's going to take 2 classes this next summer too. All right.
Wow.
Two of those, the military is only paying. He's no longer on scholarship with Northeastern. So the military for GI Bill is paying 60% of that. That's it. 60% of that bill. This kid is paying out of his pocket the rest of that tuition to graduate. He could have easily walked into LSU and just took a class to stay eligible. You know, but no, he's struggling. And now on top of that, remember, he's going to a Division I school. He's going to a Division I school. He's got to get up and work out with Division I talent, and he's taking 4 classes.
Yeah, that's a testament to you, though, bro. You and Brandy, with all the foresight you guys have put to me, I believe exposure leads to expansion. Sometimes you have to see it to believe it. If you can't see the end game, you don't know how to get to the end game. But if you can see it, you can develop the discipline and commitment and desire to get there. But it's even easier when you have parents like you to guide them and hold their hand and do whatever they need to do to get there.
Well, and since it's Father's Day, I have to commend all of y'all on here. Y'all have been great role models for your kids, and that's the reason why your kids are doing what they're doing now, because you're there, you're present, and we're not like our parents. Let's be honest about it. Yeah, they watch you, and then even our parents, like, we have conversations with our kids that our parents would have never had with us, to talk through things and to go through things and stuff. Y'all are present, and that's what's needed more from black men.
Yeah, like kids watch you. We said the other day, I love my parents and thinking, but they only knew what they knew to give to me.
Absolutely.
I always tell my son, if my parents were the parent I am to you, imagine how far I would have been a lot sooner.
Man, I'll be president of the United States right now. If I had a parent like me.
Hey, bro, the person you see today, it's 2 people that you can blame. That's Reuben King and Robbie King.
Hey, if you did run for president, you wouldn't get Roderick vote.
Nope.
Hey, you would have had to act like Tim Scott for Roger to vote for you.
Absolutely, I'll be right here. Checking down with a white watch.
Y'all gonna quit defaming my name because I'm asking y'all to come up with tangible policies. You know what I'm saying?
Any policy.
Hey, Michael, this Negro gonna say that talking about, ooh, look at this policy. Yeah, that's a progressive policy. You just said
but I'm not. So Edmund, let me explain.
Mess with you, man.
I'm not against progressive policies. I want policies that make sense. We can't just throw money at a problem. We have already showed you that don't work. That's the same thing. That's the reason why we got the issues with you ever notice a person that's on Medicaid, they don't never go to the doctor for preemptive to go to the doctor to make an appointment for a disease. Do you know what they do? They go to the nursing home.
Yeah, that
why
is
do
true,
they go to the nursing home?
Because they don't know any better. But here's the thing, though.
No, they go to the nursing room because they don't want it. They know better. They just don't. They know they don't have to pay for it, and they know they don't want to wait.
But here's another thing too, though, Roger. Some people don't go because they're ignorant, right? And people don't understand and take their health serious. There are a lot of men that work every day and have health insurance, but they don't utilize their medical insurance to go to the doctor because of ignorance. Let me say this right here on the other side.
No, I think you're missing my point. I'm not talking about taking care of yourself. I'm talking about the bill itself. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, people you can easily get. I have no problem with a person being on Medicaid and Medicare. All right, but just like you with insurance, guess what you do? You go and you make a appointment with your doctor, or your kids got a doctor. You make an appointment. You go there on Tuesday. You get seen. You get taken care of. Blase, blase. What I'm telling you is, I've witnessed people, family members, kids, whatever it is you want to talk, that go up there and say, I'm not making an appointment. I'm just going to go to the emergency room so I can be seen right now. The reason why they do that is because they don't have to pay the bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. But see, we're going to pay either way, because what happens is, even if they didn't have Medicaid, they will go to the emergency room, and by law, they have to see you. And guess what? They don't pay their bills. So who's going to pay for it? We are that got health insurance, which are going to pay higher premiums. And so it's like a catch-22.
Not only that, the biggest fraud, though, Roger. I see what you're saying on that point, but we're more concerned about the citizen doing that than the providers who are overcharging Medicare and
Oh
Medicaid.
yeah, but that's the
They are
game though.
charging way more than the
Yeah, but
citizens.
that's the game, bro. That's the game.
I know that's the game, but we can't hold the citizen to a certain standard and not hold
Right, and then a lot of kids on Medicaid. So prime example, my mom worked hard every day, but me and my brother I was on Medicaid till I was 18 till I graduated because of the money my mama made. She was a single parent, and
Ain't
so
no
a
problem
lot
with
of
that.
kids.
No
Yeah,
issue.
but what I'm saying is like if you look at what they're debating right now in Washington, it's cutting it. So a lot of people will be hurt by this type of policy that they're trying to implement, and so that's the
Well,
only thing we're saying.
it go back to the point I was making earlier about the mentality, right? So people need to be educated that going to the emergency
Absolutely.
is not a valid form of health care.
Exactly.
So that's why.
Yeah.
And shout out to my sister for doing all the things she started doing in the community with the mobile mammogram bus now, and then she's doing some mental health things and some other health things. But they got to be educated on, hey, this is not a viable solution for healthcare. You need to go to the doctor.
Again,
that's for everything. Because if you look at it, how many people you think in our community understand stocks and bonds and all these other things? Well, a lot of our white counterparts know because they've been educated. And what we're saying is, yeah, I hear you, Roger, but we got to educate our people on, the benefits of going and getting a checkup and getting it, because people have been deprived for so long without health insurance because they've been in survival mode. So they don't even know what it's like to go to the doctor when you're supposed to.
I think that's where we differ. I think people don't care because they don't pay for it. Things that they pay for, they care about. They care about educating themselves about it, and they do. I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't care.
So
has it always been like that, or is there a historical traction where we can?
I don't care. It's 2025, man. We 3-4 generations in.
But what we're saying is
hasn't changed though. Like, take for instance the doctors. It also depends on your doctor. I had a primary doctor whose bedside empathy was terrible. I felt worse after I went to see him than when I went to see him. So imagine all the people who don't have the right mindset, and the doctor doesn't have that empathy to them. It's already been documented that they thought we could tolerate more pain than our
yeah, but you going left. You going left for what I'm trying to say.
But here's what I'm saying.
What is
your point, right?
Hey, y'all big Al Dozer.
No,
no, you going. What I'm telling you is, we have removed. We have removed responsibility. I've watched people and I've witnessed people get a bill in the mail and take it and don't even open it up and throw it in the trash. They don't care. What I'm telling you is that when you don't pay for something and you get things for free, you have a tendency to abuse the system on that. And that's all I'm telling you.
I get you.
I can say I watched people get a bill in the mail they couldn't pay for it. I had to go use their 401k, then file bankruptcy to try to get out of it.
Yeah, but you ain't doing that if you're on Medicaid, so that's irrelevant.
Well, aren't you at the same point? You're gonna be just as broke as a person.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about a mindset. See, that's why we will never get along, because you're gonna always make an excuse of why they do that behavior. And I understand the background of that behavior, but I don't excuse that behavior.
Can I add something to this conversation that most people that's on Medicaid are hardworking people every day, and the biggest beneficiary of Medicaid benefits are people that work at like Walmart and places like that, because they're making minimum wage. And so it's not that they're just freeloading the system. These people are working hard every day.
Now, one time did I say that?
But what you got to understand too, and this for white, brown, black.
I don't care if you green, yellow, I'm telling you
that's what I'm saying. So here's what I'm saying is that there's a mentality amongst poor people that really don't take healthcare seriously at all. To be quite honest. Like most people don't go to the doctor, but it's not even expensive. It's that they just uneducated. They're ignorant. They're ignorant to the fact until most people in our community don't go get help until they get catastrophically sick.
It's expensive and it's time consuming.
Is inexpensive. Sick care is expensive.
Expensive.
Healthcare
right?
is when you do preventative things to not get sick.
Yeah, tell my dentist that.
Oh, don't get me started on that. I'm pissed off today about the dentist. That's a whole other conversation.
Tell my dentist that when he write my bill.
The more you're gonna go to the dentist.
Yeah. I think what I'm telling y'all is I understand the cause and effect. I got that. But where I'm at right now is I'm at the effect. How do we fix the effect? We can't just keep reflecting on why the cause was, and to me that's an excuse. So
No,
what?
I said
It
I'm
has to
not
be.
just making an excuse. I feel like, and like I said earlier when I was going making my comments earlier, I believe that it all boils down to education and people giving back. And I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for people exposing me to better, right? And
Yeah.
so oftentimes I think that many of us achieve success and we don't look back and we look down on people that's in that situation, and we need more people to kind of help and give back and
So
mentor and
truly,
do some of these other
truly,
things.
I get
Kind
the
of
impression that y'all think I look down on people.
no,
That
no,
is
no, no,
not
no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
doing.
no, no, no.
No.
I'm talking about I'm talking about in general.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of people when we get successful. I mean, I'm just in general, not you,
Yeah.
Roderick, but in
No.
general,
I
I
know.
feel
I
like
said I
because
get the
you,
impression sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah. So, but what I'm
that's just
saying
like
is
veterans.
yeah.
So
So
let me
if
tell you
you
something
like,
about a veteran. So let me tell you
mhm,
about a veteran. A veteran talks too much. A veteran will go in there and works right beside you, and he'll tell you how he got 100%. All right.
mhm,
You look at this guy every day that's working with you, and he looks pretty fucking healthy. All right. He'll
mhm,
sit there and tell you how much money he's getting tax free on the government dime.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He's gonna tell you everything about that. And then on top of that, guess what? He's getting paid the same as you. While you going home to your $200,000 house, he's going home to his $500,000 house because he's getting that extra money. You know, to
mhm,
me, I blame the veteran on that.
mhm. Oh, I
You know
mean,
what I'm
and
saying?
see, you're consistent, and so
Yeah.
and that's admirable. I'm just saying when you talk
But
about solutions, I just feel like the solution is we have to give back and be an interruption in the cycle because we are where we are is because people reached back and helped us, right? I
Oh
had
yeah.
people when I was just being a butthole in school, people like Dr. King, Mr. Randy, and others who said you better than that. And other Coach Holiday and other folks taking me and exposing me to more and seeing more than that there's more out there in the world than just Glenville. And so what I'm saying is that's how we begin to change the trajectory of the situation that we're talking about, in my opinion.
And I agree with
and
you. And I
those people
and
inside of the system, because even like you say, that veteran may work his butt off and get his 100%, then somebody who's not working their butt off get the 100%. I can look at it other layers. I work my butt off. I lose my home going to foreclosure because I couldn't keep up with this loan. I look at the big banks. They didn't work their butt off. They earned their way up to that point, but they get bailed
Mhm.
out. So what is the difference?
I think it's about your return. I always believe in returns. You know, money talks. The reason why welfare is always going to be there, food stamps, SNAP is going to always be there, is because there's too many people that eat off that. The grocery stores eat off that. Kroger eat off that. Walmart eat off that. They are not going to get rid of that program. So to me, that program, you got to learn to control that program, not kill it, but control it. Control it
Yeah.
is who was the beneficiary to that. You know what I'm saying?
And, and,
How do I determine who's the beneficiary to it?
and
You
where I meet you, Roger, like I believe in Section 8, but I believe that Section 8 should be a certain period of time. You should be on Section 8 your whole life. And your family should, because then we start a generational cycle of things. And that's where the tough love comes in at.
yeah,
You should be on food stamps forever because you got about eight
but it's a
kids and
trap.
you
Hey
chose
man,
not to
it's a
have
trap.
kids. Yeah. So I do
Section
believe
8,
there should be
Section
some.
8 can't even you can't even have a full family in Section 8 because the husband, if you really want to care about somebody, you'll let the husband and wife live in Section 8 for a period of time, stack their money up and move on.
And,
But it
but
won't
see
happen.
that's the problem I have with public policy because we'll say a program doesn't work and say, oh, the program destroyed the black community. What you don't realize is that the program in its original intent didn't have these issues in there where they
Yeah.
denied men from staying in the private housing. It was Southern Democrat or Dixiecrats at the time that put these poison pills in legislation because they knew it would harm certain groups of people. So what I'm saying is that yeah, we need tough love, but these policies weren't fully implemented
They
like they
got to be
could have been and
parallel.
should have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
tough love and policies got to match and move at the same time.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
We
think we on the same path. I just think that we look at the solution a little different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm past the cause. You get what I'm saying? I'm past that. I'm
Yeah.
more of where we at on solution. You know what I'm
Just like
saying? Because
reparations.
yeah, you
People be
know,
talking about reparations.
yeah,
If people be talking about, I believe in reparations, and let me say that first. but I don't believe in reparations as some people do. I don't think you should write everybody a check because if you, prime example, you write my mama a check, Georgia Lottery gonna get all that money back.
Yeah, I was about to say it ain't gonna stay with us long.
But
Yeah.
It ain't gonna stay with us
is it
long. That's
old?
the
Is
reason
it
why
old to her though? Like whatever they do with it, is it old?
it's old to her, but it's old to her to correct the systemic wrongs that we're talking about on here that Roderick is, and us, we're always debating. And so my thing is, I believe my policy prescription would be to give every newborn child a savings bond that will mature when they get 18 to 21 years of age to help them have enough money. Let's say you put enough in there, but by the time it matures, it's $100,000. So every child can pay for college or start a business or do whatever they want to do when they do that, or put money inside of systems that's going to correct the wrongs in that community. Giving everybody a check. You give some people a check, it will hurt us and set us back more than it will help us.
Yeah, reparations can't be just like the so going back to the kind of the I guess the original idea way back going back
40 acres and a mule.
40 acres and a mule, right? What was the land they do? That was a generational thing, so you could start building generational wealth. That check, if they just gave us a flat check, that's not going to build generational wealth. We might be
that's gonna make them, they're gonna make the billionaires that's currently billionaires bigger billionaires.
Exactly. So doing something like that, like you said, the savings bonds, or doing something that ties it to something that builds generational wealth will work.
Cadillac be number one, Newport's be number one, we to be number one.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah, but even that, but does that break the cycle though? If we don't break the lack of information, will that break the cycle? Like what?
Yeah, but you got to want that information. I mean,
Right.
we in the information world, bro.
You do.
Exactly. We've been in the information world for since 90. If you want it, it's out there to get.
Everybody in the ghetto got a smartphone. I don't care how poor you are, they got us. And you can do it. Like today, I having technical difficulties. I did everything. I filled out the application for something that I need to send in on my cell phone.
Right, but like you were saying, if they did a savings bond and that information doesn't elevate, so by the time they cash out on that savings bond, they haven't elevated. Well, what's the difference in them getting it right now and getting it later? But they haven't.
But see, this is where public policy is key. You can write that public policy. In order to obtain this, you either have to go through some type of education to that demonstrates that you understand. Just like if I buy a house and I get a loan from FHA or the VA loan, they take you through classes so that you tell what it's like to own a home, what it's like to do all these things. So you have to go through classes so that they know you're responsible enough to handle your obligation. And I think we can do the same thing with something like that.
Yeah, it's grants out there for that right now. Nobody's taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Wait, for what?
Too much work.
We got to change our mindset. Like Slick, I agree with you and Emmett on this. We got to change the mindset to want to get that information. If not, then it's just out there. We're going to keep moving like we move.
And that, to me, that's the thing is I believe in assistance, but I also believe in, like I said, in tough love. You know what I'm saying? You've been on welfare for 10 years. Okay, how many job applications have you put in for? How long have you done this? Man, the policies also got to make sense. Like if I'm taking care of family with, and I get a job, you need to reward that. You don't punish that. You don't go up there and take, if I'm getting $700 in food stamps now, you ain't getting but $200. Well, I'm struggling. I was better off when I didn't have a job. So we have
most of them taking the food stamps when they getting all the food stamps and selling most of them. You can't buy all that groceries.
My thing is, I agree with that part of it, but we got to also fight the predatory nature of the system. A lot of them, I don't agree with JFK on a lot of stuff, but the junk food they're allowed to buy, certain foods they're allowed to buy and continue to buy with food stamps, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that. Yeah, but you can't stop somebody from eating what they want to eat, because you think it's healthy and you don't think
that goes back to the mindset. So continue to eat the food to make you sick, so you can continue.
I understand what you're saying, but that's a slippery slope.
That's part of breaking the curse.
That's a slippery slope, though. You can't go in somebody's house and tell them you should eat squash.
I'm not saying telling them, but say if you can't buy this type of food, with the
I agree with you, but it's a slippery slope.
Hey, I worked at IGA for 4 years, and WIC was like that. Wig, you had to buy. There were certain things you couldn't buy. Wig just expanded. I was like, man, y'all fancy now with this wig. You could only get them juicy juice in the cans, that
Yeah.
cheese and milk and eggs. Now and then that off brand unsweet
Oh, wait.
cereal.
The
Now
No,
cookout.
they let you get anything.
man, they
Yeah.
gonna get crab trays, all that right now, bro.
Yeah,
All
man,
that.
you
Oh
can.
yeah,
I
man.
just saw you can go to Subway and get a sandwich
And
off
I
of food
just
stamps.
little
You
gas station I
can.
go to.
Yeah.
Don't try
They just
that.
You can
Don't
buy
try
some.
No,
You can
no,
buy
seriously,
that.
some
In
with
bro.
food
Glenville.
stamps.
Hey, and
you gotta be cold.
Wow.
so
You
it's
can't be warm,
rules.
man.
So here in Augusta, it was posted, and we got what we call Augusta Connect, where people post
Mhm.
information. So somebody said, posted a question, say, where can I go to get whatever, some food off my EBT? They was talking about fast food, and they broke it down. Like you could go get a sandwich, but you can't get the bread. Like the bread you have to pay 30 cents. You get the meat and all that free with the EBT, but
That's
the
cool.
bread you got to pay 30 cents out of pocket.
That's too much calculating.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is, if they
The
smart enough to
public
figure
getting the
out them rules, then come on, bro.
Yeah,
You
but
got to see it. It's on. Go to
you
Augusta
know who
Connect,
thought of
man.
who
They
thought
talk
of it
about stuff.
first is the places who are selling it. They've already figured it out to allow them to do it. So they
Yeah,
can even
but hey, man, I got to make my money, bro. If you're gonna spend your food stamps on some crab legs, I'm gonna sell them to you. I don't care
Yeah.
what your living arrangements is. If you gonna
oh,
take
you
me and
can't
give me $200 food stamp money, that I'm gonna take it, bro. I ain't
Yeah,
even gonna lie to
then
you.
we
yeah,
can't
that's
even talk
okay.
about the
I,
mindset then.
I
You
just feel
continue
like
the same
that
curse.
should my tough love is I know people follow hard times are needed, but I don't think you should be consistently on food stamps when you're able working body person and not working, and we out here working hard every day, and I just don't agree with that. So I'm with you on that, Roger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just depends on the stage of life. If you're elderly or if you're a
Yeah,
grandparent taking
elderly,
care of
yeah,
yeah.
that's totally different. That's a whole nother conversation.
Right, but
But
yeah.
you
that's
talking about these young
millions of
people.
people though.
Yeah.
I know
Now
that's
the elderly, I don't think you should be touching it. These people don't work hard their whole life and been deprived of education, especially these baby boomers and silent generation. Don't be touching these people. These
But
people were deprived. They went to segregated schools, didn't have schools, didn't do it, so they
hey,
can't live the life that they should be living.
but Shannon, we're not talking about the extreme portion of the of that. The effects of those programs getting cut, because most of those elderly are not getting cut. You know what I'm saying?
oh
Um,
yeah, they're already being impacted, bro.
I haven't met an elderly yet that said that they got cut. I've heard that they
That
don't have
well, Michael,
enough.
you can attest to
Now,
this.
now, now,
Hasn't the Social Security
if this bill passes, then I think a lot of people will be affected because they're cutting so much money out of the program that some of them may take a hit.
well, it's already happened. The Social Security office hasn't that moved over there, Michael? Like there's only so many in the area though. Like my dad
Yeah, it's
has
only one in this area. I think in
Yeah, and
Vidalia.
yeah.
Vidalia is the only one.
So
But
now
Vidalia is
people
the
who
only one.
can't drive and or they had a transportation that was local, they can't
Man,
go.
Well, you
hey,
know those rural areas. You
hey,
know those rural areas been impacted for a long
people,
time because Vidalia has been the
yeah,
only
but
office since we've been kids.
Yeah,
people been traveling in Savannah to do business every day my whole life in
Well,
Glenville.
all I know is I can go by what my dad said and family members say. The
Yeah,
whole thing has interrupted their normal process.
yeah. My
And they
dentist was in Savannah. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I mean,
When I
here,
grew up.
yeah,
So
town like Glenville, out the rural areas, it's all, and I mean, it's going to get worse, granted, but most of
right,
everything you either had to drive to
right.
yeah,
Statesboro,
But before
Savannah.
the Doge
Statesboro,
cut,
Hinesville, and Savannah.
Yep.
before the Doge cuts, did they have more or less resources?
Oh, now if you talking about the Doge, because now a
That's
lot of
what I'm
people
talking
did
about.
get.
depends
Oh
on
yeah,
where it
yeah.
comes.
A lot of people did get hurt. I got friends that work for Social Security offices now. A lot of those like their claims and all this other stuff.
That's what I'm
Yeah, a
talking
lot of
about.
that stuff.
All that
A
Yeah,
lot of
that
that was
stuff did
impacted.
go down. Yeah.
That was impacted.
all that. 'Cause my dad called me about it. Said
Yeah, they
it's
were impacted.
interrupted his process and
And they're
stuff.
making them if they have to change anything, they're making them go into office to change versus they set up an online portal that you can change there. You used to be able to change everything through, but they were trying to pretty much make it hard for a lot of elderly people and give them justification to
Yeah,
cut off
exactly.
their
Oh yeah, I
benefits.
think it's an alternative motive to it. But like I said, man, when you abuse a program and I'm not talking about this person, that person, but when folks abuse a program, and on both ends, the consumer and the guy that's receiving it. When you abuse a program, people look at it as something wrong with it, and they want to cut it. And then normally when they cut it too much.
Yeah.
And that's where we at right now. The military the same way. They need to gush the military. We spend
But
entirely
they
too
don't
much
know,
money.
but they never touch the military, Roger, because
They're not gonna
of the
touch.
military industrial
That's
complex.
Well,
Where
they have touched.
Only thing
They
I
have
hate
touched
about
it.
the only thing
no,
I hate about
they cut. And see, here's the thing: even when people around here are buying into this whole dime, oh, we need to stop giving money to Ukraine, because they take that money can be spent right here. What they don't realize is that what they did, they used that money to replenish our arsenal and gave them the things that we were going to have to get rid of anyway, and then said
Yeah.
that we spending all this money in Ukraine.
it's a whole cycle, bro.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
a lot of
man.
people don't. A lot of people don't understand that, Edmund. They think that we really took $1 billion in money
And just
and dropped
wire
it off over there.
we cash out.
No.
But the
Yeah,
thing
That money
is,
went
yeah,
straight. That
they,
money came right back to us. We just bought new stuff and gave them our old stuff. We were gonna
South
have to get rid of
Carolina.
anyway.
my thing
Hey,
is, if they do cut the money from going over there, what are we gonna do with it?
South Carolina got a plant. Nothing.
There's no plan
You
to do
know,
nothing with it. Nothing
hot
gonna do
dog.
with it.
South Carolina got a plant that's still building Abram tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, South Carolina has a plant that still builds Abram tanks, bro. When the last time y'all heard of a tank being effective over in the desert in the last 30 years?
Bro, that's them lobbyists, bro. The military industrial complex, bro, they just
Yep.
run a cycle. They
So,
literally just printing money for them jokers, bro.
That's
but
what
fellas,
Dr. King called the triple evils: militarism, poverty,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
but man,
racism.
good show tonight, man. I know we went over at the end because Edmund came on late, man. You gotta be on time, bro. We're gonna talk these politics. God dang.
I had technical
All right.
difficulties, man.
Yeah, I see your little setup look clear, man. You got a new camera?
No, I'm using my phone tonight.
Oh, it's just clear tonight. You got a new light?
Yeah, I got a light.
Yeah,
Okay.
Edmund, I'm in Florida, so you know everything janky up here. So
Hey, he on that Wi-Fi. He in a red county with that Wi-Fi. Ain't no
yeah.
Wi-Fi in Wi-Fi.
if I'd have been back in Georgia, I'd been good to go.
Yeah, man. But good show, man. We'll talk offline later in the chat. I'm sure we need to talk about next month. So
Well,
we'll make some announcements in the future if you guys are still watching about us coming home and you guys coming to see us in person live at the Corner Store with the Corner Store podcast.
all right, fellas, I'm out. I got to enjoy my vacation.
I appreciate you, bro. I see y'all in the chat.
Yeah.
All right.